Sai Ram. शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुर्गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ओम श्री गुरवे श्री सत्यसाईनाथ श्रीपादुकां पूजयामि नमः। ओम श्री परमगुरवे श्री शिरडी साईनाथ श्रीपादुकां पूजयामि नमः। ओम श्री परमेष्टि गुरवे श्री दत्तात्रेय स्वामी श्रीपादुकां पूजयामि नमः। सद्गुरु चरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। श्री साईश्वराय नमः। हरिः ओम। अस्य श्री मध्यमचरित्रस्य विष्णुर्ऋषिः उष्णिक्छन्दः श्रीमहालक्ष्मीर्देवता शाकम्भरी शक्तिः भ्रामरी बीजं श्रीमहालक्ष्मी प्रीत्यर्थम् अर्थार्थे जपे विनियोगः। ओम नमश्चण्डिकायै। Please share the screen, Sairama. People can follow. Om Hrim Rishiruvacha देवासुरमभूद्युद्धं पूर्णमब्दशतं पुरा महिषे सुराणामधिपे देवानां च पुरन्दरे तत्रासुरैर्महावीर्यैर्देवसैन्यं पराजितं जित्वा च सकलान् देवानिन्द्रो भून्महिषासुरः ततः पराजिता देवाः पद्मयोनिं प्रजापतिं पुरस्कृत्य गतास्तत्र यत्रेष गरुडध्वजौ यथा वृत्तन्तयोस्तद्वन्महिषासुरचेष्टितं त्रिदशाः कथयामासुर्देवाभिभवविस्तरं सूर्येन्द्राग्न्यनिलेन्दूनां यमस्य वरुणस्य च अन्येषां चाधिकारान् स स्वयमेवाधितिष्ठति स्वर्गान् निराकृताः सर्वे तेन देवगणा भुवि विचरन्ति यथा मर्त्या महिषेण दुरात्मना एतद्वः कथितं सर्वममरारिविचेष्टितं शरणं च प्रपन्नास्मो वधस्तस्य विचिन्त्यताम् इत्थन्निशम्य देवानां वचांसि मधुसूदनः चकारकोपं शम्भुश्च भ्रुकुटीकुटिलाननौ ततोऽतिकोपपूर्णस्य चक्रिणो वदनात् ततः निश्चक्राममहत्तेजो ब्रह्मणः शङ्करस्य च अन्येषां चैव देवानां शक्रादीनां शरीरतः निर्गतं सुमहत्तेजस्तच्चैक्यं समगच्छत अतीव तेजसः कूटं ज्वलन्तमिव पर्वतं ददृशुस्ते सुरास्तत्र ज्वाला व्याप्ता तदिगन्तरम् अतुलं तत्र तत्तेजः सर्वदेव शरीरजम् एकस्तन्तदभून्नारी व्याप्तलोकत्रयं त्विषा यदभूच्छां भवन्तेजस्तेनाजायत तन्मुखम् यां येन च भवन् केशा बाहवो विष्णुतेजसा सौम्येन स्तनयोर्युग्मं मध्यं चैन्द्रेण चाभवत् वारुणेन च जङ्घोरुनितम्बस्तेजसा भुवः ब्रह्मणस्तेजसा पादौ तदङ्गुल्योर्कतेजसा वसूनां च कराङ्गुल्यः कौबेराण च नासिका तस्यास्तु दन्ताः सम्भूताः प्राजापत्येन तेजसा नयनत्रितयं जज्ञे तथा पावक तेजसा भ्रुवौ च सन्ध्ययोस्तेजः श्रवणावनिलस्य च अन्येषां चैव देवानां सम्भवस्तेजसां शिवा ततः समस्तदेवानां तेजोराशि समुद्भवां तां विलोक्यमुदं प्रापुरमरा महिषार्दिताक ततो देवाददुस्तस्यै स्वानि स्वान्यायुधानि च शूलं शूलाद्विनिष्कृष्य ददौ तस्यै पिनाकधृक् चक्रं च दत्तवान् कृष्णः समुत्पाट्य स्वचक्रतः शङ्खं च वरुणः शक्तिं ददौ तस्यै हुताशनः मारुतो दत्तवांश्चापं बाणपूर्णे तथेषु धीये वज्रमिन्द्रः समुत्पाट्य कुलिशादमराधिपः ददौ तस्यै सहस्राक्षो घण्टामैरावताद् गजात् कालदण्डाद्यमो दण्डं पाशं चाम्बुपतिर्ददौ प्रजापतिश्चाक्षमालान् ददौ ब्रह्मा कमण्डलुं समस्तरोमकूपेषु निजरश्मीन् दिवाकरः कालश्च दत्तवान् खड्गं तस्यै चर्म च निर्मलं क्षीरोदश्चामलं हारमजरे च तथाम्बरे चूडामणिं तथा दिव्यं कुण्डले कटकानि च अर्धचन्द्रं तथा शुभ्रं केयूरान् सर्वबाहुषु नूपुरौ विमलौ तद्वद्ग्रैवेयकमनुत्तमम् अङ्गुलीयकरत्नानि समस्तास्वङ्गुलीषु च विश्वकर्मा ददौ तस्यै परशुञ्चाति निर्मलम् अस्त्राण्यनेकरूपाणि तथा भेद्यं च दंशनम् अम्लानपङ्कजां मालां शिरस्युरसि चापराम् अददज्जलधिस्तस्यै पङ्कजं चातिशोभनं हिमवान् वाहनं सिंहं रत्नानि विविधानि च ददावशून्यं सुरजापानपात्रं दनाधिप शेषश्च सर्वनागेशो महामणिविभूषितं नागहारं ददौ तस्यै धत्ते यः पृथिवीमिमाम् अन्यैरपि सुरैर्देवी भूषणैरायुधैस्तथा सम्मानिताननादोच्चैः साट्टहासं मुहुर्मुहुः तस्यानादेन घोरेण कृत्स्नमापूरितन्नभः अमायतातिमहता प्रतिशब्दो महानभूत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Om Sri Sai Ram. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hari Om Shalom. Sai Ram. Namaste. Wonderful to have darshan of all of you early morning. And today is the auspicious Gita Jayanti, the Ekadashi on which Bhagavan Krishna has given Bhagavad Gita in the battlefield to Arjuna, the most deserved one, offering our love and pranams to Sai Krishna, who has given lot more than simply Gita through so many vahinis, so many discourses in the language that could be understood by Tom, Dick, and Harry, Subbarao, Apparao, Venkatrao. That is how simple Bhagavan's language is, and what a great blessing it is, not just to be able to opine upon the scriptures, but to be able to connect to them through his message. And Bhagavad Gita and Devi Mahatyam are mirror images of each other. They're identical in their message, but Devi Mahatyam is a lot more subtler than the direct word of God, where he has very directly explained, and 90% of it will not be even be able to be understood. Therefore, this Devi Mahatyam is the story form, but if you only relate to the story and you don't have context to the scriptures, then we will not have full meaning of how to practically implement Bhagavan's teachings in Gita. And one such exercises last week that we undertook was to do the homework. I know, looking at this video today, 95% have not done the homework. That's very clear, because for all of us, all the spiritual sessions are like time pass, pravachanam, chaganti going on in the background. We do our own work. They're all pravachanams. That means Swami says you listen through one ear and you drop it through the other ear, nothing sticks in between. But thanks to those that did the homework and also shared the homework, and it's such a wonderful thing that the point of the homework is not that you got the perfect answer. The point of the homework is that you have taken the attempt to contemplate on what you have studied quietly and then put it on a piece of paper. That is homework. So, with their permission, I would like them to share what they have sent me. And so, if I don't even think many people remember the homework. So uh, let's recap what the host. Can somebody recap what the, not the people that sent the homework, but those that did not send the homework? Do you remember the homework? Which one of you remember the homework?
Yeah, Sairam. So we didn't send, but we did it. It is all the Ayudas.
No, hold on. If the teacher asked you to do the homework and you did not submit it, do you pass or fail?
So homework, I thought we were to do it, not to send. Sorry, so that was a
No,
misunderstanding.
no.
So we failed probably.
Yeah, I'm glad you did it. Okay, if you did the homework, those who did not do the homework, can you tell what the homework was?
Yes, I
Oh,
it
not
is
you,
to
ma.
contemplate.
Not you, ma. You're constantly at home only doing work, so not you are excused. Somebody, I want to pick somebody who did not do the homework, but remember what the homework is.
Sairam, all the Ayudas, how they represent in our own self and what they mean to us. All the Ayudas she is holding.
That's close enough. Not exactly what the homework is. Yes.
Which god gave which divine, and what is the function of that, and um, that function in you, what is the same functionality that happens in the inside of you. That was
Thank you for doing the homework. Okay, all participants. Yeah, anybody can share. So let's start with. If you don't have it, I can open it on my screen. Do you want me to open it, Bhavita? Yes, no, maybe. I can't hear you if you're speaking. Okay. I
Yes,
will.
yes, please. I'm lost, I think. Yes.
You are lost. Okay.
I,
One
I
second.
can go and
No, no, that's okay. Here, I'll share it. Okay. Let's go to the part. She's preparing a lot of slides, so I don't think we'll have time to go through every slide with a lot of beautiful pictures and everything. You can see her. You can see my screen, Sairam, all of you.
Yes, Sana.
Yes,
Yeah, we
yes.
can.
Mahishasura takes over. Brahma takes them to Harihara. Effulgence created. Okay. Then energy is experienced. Oh, these are your pictures. You drew these pictures. Babita, please unmute. Yeah.
the pictures I drew, but the middle part is the essence of how the Panchabhutas and Ashtadikpalakalas are.
Okay. Don't feel intimidated. That's okay. I like the. I like this. Here in the notes you wrote Ashtabhuji, but it should be Ashtadashabhuji. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
18. Nice. I like your Mahalakshmi's eyes. Very nice. Thank you. And these are the Ashta Matrikas. No, the Nava Matrikas, 9 Matrikas. That what you're putting here? Yes. Garya, Vaishnavi, Varahi. Okay. Let's go to the homework. Okay. All these files are uploaded on the Google Drive, which you all have access to in the main folder in the DM files. So you can also take a look at them. And Devas, Shiva, Shulam, Vishnu, Sudarshana, but you didn't do the full homework. I asked which god gave what weapon or instrument, what is its functionality, and how can you relate to it? That's the piece that is missing. Okay, ma?
Y- Yeah, I'm still like not there.
Connect, connected. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Thank you for putting the effort. Beautiful pictures, Sairam. Okay, let's go to Sudhakar Garu. You have your file ready, sir?
Yeah,
Or DM slides. You want me to open or?
yeah. Please go ahead.
Okay. Veelantavaru.
So basically, the Devas go.
Okay. Okay.
None of these slides are my artwork. This is borrowed from Google Amma.
Okay.
All of
Credit.
them.
Okay.
So
This is your artwork.
no, even I mean just the clouds. It's
Ah,
courtesy Microsoft, but the text was basically the idea of all the I guess the divinity that manifested with the illumination from all the devas here.
Indra
So
waste
what
went off, so I'm going to delete that because you already represented him here.
and
Prajapati.
so the
Yes.
idea was basically how this divine force came to be and manifested from the various gods and how that form took shape and then how she was able to I think the next slide talked about all the ayudhas that were given. Shiva giving the Trishul, and what my understanding was. In many of these, as you can see, there is a blank on the third column. That is because the light bulb in me didn't light up yet. So I'm trying to connect to it. The one I didn't quite follow. I don't know if a noose or a rope is meant to tie your ego. I guess when we do the I'm wondering if that's what it meant, and I didn't know what the Kala Danda.
Yes.
Yes, it is time, but how do I? I guess the time marches on. I suppose is how you could interpret it, or at least that was my trivial understanding of it. And the next slide is continuing the Ayudas.
No, we can't leave the blanks
sorry.
like that. Otherwise, I won't sleep and you won't sleep.
So the noose, I'm
The
assuming a noose or
yeah,
a rope.
noose represents Ragaswarupa Pashadhya, Krodhakara, Ankusha, Ujjwala. Ragaswarupam. Whatever you feel attached to, that is the noose, that is the Pasham.
I see.
Ragaswarupam, Pasha.
Pasham, okay.
Krodhakara, Ankusham. Ankusham is the goad, but mother is not holding a goad in this case. So, but that is how. And Yama representing the time that dictates. Okay. Varuna Kaunch represents sound. Yes, beautiful. Sudarshan Chakra represents the context of dharma.
I mean, mine is
Dharma,
a very
which
crude
is,
interpretation of it. I don't
yeah,
know.
dharma is the chakra.
Chakra.
So
Dharma
Bauddha Chakra, the chakra of the Buddha, also represents dharma, righteousness.
righteousness. Okay.
Okay, nice. Okay, next slide. Blanks filled. Let's move on. You want me to? You can fill the
I'll
blanks.
fill it up, yeah. And then
Yes.
Daksha Prajapati gave the Rudraksha Mala.
Daksha. Is it Daksha Prajapati that gave that? Prajapati cha Akshamala. Yes.
Akshamala.
Yeah.
And
I don't know whether it is Daksha. It didn't say whether it
it's
was Daksha.
Prajapati, I think.
Yeah, yes. You have to understand there are so many Prajapatis. The Rishi did not say which Prajapati gave during that Manvantaram. And we have to cross check which Prajapati was present in that Manvantaram. But that's okay. We are good. Let's move on. Yes.
Then Brahma, so there, I think is Rudraksha Mala kind of. I mean, we use it for meditation or
Okay.
focusing your mind.
Okay. Let's go to maybe we'll go through this. I think Ram filled some of the blanks here, so we can
Yeah, sure.
allow him to explain. And
And these were all the abharanas that were all the, the jewels given to the Devi.
okay.
And the clothes, the undecaying garment, the crown jewel, the ocean of milk, the half moon gave the anklets.
Thank you, sir. Just making sure if I'm a good teacher, I need to collect spelling mistakes also. Okay,
Missed that, sorry.
it's okay. They called a Google spell checker. So uh, nice. Okay, so this is since you couldn't represent all of that here. You have given the abhrana separately. Yes. Okay. So this is the same as the picture
Same
now.
as the one, yeah. So the slide is redundant. This one, I could not get the actual Vigraham from for the 18 hands. So
So you stopped at 8.
yes,
Okay. Um,
but that slide needs to be improved. It's basically, I think, just showing this more in a pictorial fashion rather than in a table.
yes. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Ram, Ram sent an Excel sheet. He's not so savvy with Google pictures. So, all right, let's kind of increase the scale on this. By the way, I really appreciate the engagement. I really appreciate your effort. Thank you so much for this because this makes me very happy that people are not just coming to this for listening and forgetting, but actually doing something with this information.
Thank you.
Yes, Ram, Rai Prolu.
Yes, sir.
Ah, Interesting. You put mace, sir, but mace was not mentioned in the shlokas.
Yes, that's why I left. I didn't know which
God
deity.
gave. Yeah, very good. Akshasi now, if you actually put this in the order, Akshasrak Parashungada Ishu
Kulish.
Kulisham Padman Dhanuhu
Mm.
Kundikam Dandam Shaktim Asi Charma Jalaja Ghanta Surabhajana
Bhajana,
Shulam Pasha
Pasha,
Sudarshanam.
Sudarshan.
Excellent. He put them exactly in the order we chant in the Dhyana Shloka. So that kind of, when you're chanting the Dhyana Shloka, you will get the beautiful darshanam of the mother in that order. Now, if you go through this, it is Akshamala. Mhm. Functionality. Functionality is used in meditation. Okay, nice. Given by Prajapati, power to concentrate. Yeah, fantastic, sir. Very nice. Great job. So, if you actually look at what is the Akshamala that is going on within us,
Breath.
yes, सांसों की माला पे सिमरू में पी का नाम, सांसों की माला पे सिमरू में पी का नाम. This is by Mother Meera says, and Jnan Dev also says that Japamala Antari, the inner Japamala within us, is the breath. So that Akshamala actually she is holding is actually concentration on the breath, and that is the Soham meditation. 21,600 times a day you have the opportunity. But if you can do 108 per day, just focusing on the breath, that in itself, without any distracted thought, okay, axe, cut, okay, Vishwakarma, ooh, develop vairagya and practice detachment. Oh my God, Ram, uh, you went to different level. Bhavani Bhavanagamya Bhavaranya Kutarika. Bhava Aranya Kutarika. That which annihilates even the birth of the thought is the axe. And when she does that, she is referred to as Bhavani. All of us Chumma chant Lalita Sahasranamam. All these mantras have to come live when you are listening to this. It should just come live. Bhavani. What is the definition of Bhavani? Bhavani Bhavanagamya Bhava Aranya Kutarika. When you are lost in this forest of thoughts and it is dense and you don't even know where to go, if you say Bhavani, she will come and remove all those trees, clear the path, and shows you the light. That is Bhavaranya Kutarika. Mace. Yes. Mace. Mace is to deliver powerful blows. Yeah, okay. Okay. This is a very beautiful thing. This is comes from Soma or moon. The who, that is who gives the mace to her. Okay. Arrow, Vayu, thoughts, very good. Arrow, Vayu. Is thought related to Vayu, sir? If you say it is thoughts, then it is not Vayu,
Mind.
mind. And mind can also be the bow. Where is the bow? Yeah, there it is. Now here you put bow also, but this is mind. Now, bundle of thoughts is that thunderbolt. hmm Vajra. Yes, I love the way you put it, sir. Vajra is cannot be. This is determination. Determination. That is Vajra. Lotus heart. Okay. Kalasha Brahma. Kalasha body. Brahma. Here it is. Relationship is conscience. Sorry for making edits on your sharing.
No.
Just trying to, not cosines, conscience. Please, everybody, do your own homework and then connect to this. Otherwise, there is no point in studying any scriptures. We become simply parrots repeating mantras, and we have no connection to any of this stuff. And then when somebody like your child or your grandchild asks, what is it that you are chanting? And you say, I have no clue. Then you lost the power to communicate to the next generation what is the purpose and the value of Sanatana Dharma. And yesterday only I was posting on some WhatsApp group, guys, saying that you guys first should focus on the values and resurrect the values of Sanatana Dharma. Then you talk about restoring Hinduism and all of that stuff. You don't deserve doing all of the slogans with fanaticism like any other terrorist unless you actually resurrect the values associated with our own dharma. And now see how much value is built in this. Somebody asks, what is this weapon in the mother's hand? You are able to say the same weapon is present in you. Yes. Very beautiful, sir. 99%. You have, okay, Varuna, we just talk about is attachment. Yes. End of it is actually thoughts into action. That is the what we call as dharma, righteousness, Vishnu's. Discuss. Yes, the three represents a lot more uh, than just past, present, and future. The three can go on forever. Cup, yes. When you're looking at these, all of these also can be translated or transliterated into very simply put the jnanendriya, the karmendriya, the pancha pranas associated with the three as in conscience, conscious, and consciousness. That is the 18 summary I have said in two simple words. If you know what are the five organs of perception, the five organs of action, the five pranas that are shining in the context of the three associated with the mind, intellect, and memory. These are the 18 that she is holding. 15 plus 3. That is my homework, sir. I'm not saying that what is written here is incorrect. Please, that's not the intent at all. What we are saying is how do we connect to this? That's how I connect to all of this beautiful description of the mothers receiving all these weapons from the divine forces. Are there any questions or comments?
In this work that you already have in there, you wrote mind and into with arrow and
Individual thought is an arrow
yes,
that
but
which that
who
which
God
launch.
gives that? The divinity who gave the arrow and
Oh,
who is?
who gave the arrow? Yeah, read the shlokas. You will. It is very clearly written there that Maruta gave the bow as well as actually that quivers that are full of arrows.
Okay,
Yeah, so you have to. That's the exercise, right? They put who which God gave also is written there.
thank you.
So now you can actually connect 100% what faculties in you represent which God. So therefore, each faculty that is operating in us as it relates to the five in action, the five in perception, the five pranas, and the intellect, the mind, and the conscience or the chitta, memory, all these represent divinities, and the names of those divinities are also disclosed. So who are us? What is each of this body represent? A combination of divine forces that came together. What a beautiful practice it is to understand that you are none other than this representation of the divine effulgence with various functionalities. Therefore, you are not mrunmaya, just filled with mud. You are not a pot of mud, but you are chinmaya, filled with light. Therefore, Bhagavan Sri Satsai Baba never refers to anyone as sinners. You will never find reference of Bhagavan addressing anyone as a sinner. He never says Papatma Swarupulara. He only says Divyatma Swarupulara, Prematma Swarupulara. You are embodiments of divine light and effulgence. Div means light. Divyatma Swarupulara, embodiments of divine light. And when he addresses that, we still say, no, 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 Swami, I am still a sinner. No. What he is pointing out is, you are divine light. You forgot. You are the moment you have that awareness automatically come in, will you be able to even think of a sin? Will you be able to even speak of sin or any act of sin? Yad bhavan tad bhavati. So you think, such you will become.
Shekharji, I have a question.
Yes, ma.
So, the devatas that gave these different weapons and they represent different parts or organs, or so are they also the protective devatas for those organs in our body?
Yes, good question. Stay tuned for mahanyasam. That is the mahanyasam. Now, you see how all of this comes together in Bhagwan's timing and teaching. Mahanyasam is, by the way, it's not mahanyasam. A lot of people say mahanyasam, mahanyasam. It's incorrect. It is mahanyasam. What is invoking and instillation? Nyasa means to be able to be 100% related to the divine force and energy that is within, and instilling it and invoking it. So, is the one that is, I think the question that you are asking is, are they protective deities that are also representing those in our body? The answer is yes. Yes. So, what is protection? How do you use an arrow? When you use the word protection, what does it mean by protection? Protect from what?
Any kind of disease or debilitation of those organs or senses?
Yeah, so now when that weapon is used only in the context of I, the egoistic, selfish I, it is illness. ILLNESS. When it is used collectively for the entire universe, and you remove the I and you put the we, what happened? Illness became what?
Wellness.
Wellness. You simply use the word. When all these forces are working together, it is ease. When they stop functioning together, it is dis-ease. There is no more ease. It is dis-ease. How powerful that is. How many times we actually put the effort together to collectively come together and offer all our faculties together, and how many times we stop ourselves in being in this collective consciousness with excuses related to selfishness. So if you limit this tool simply for yourself, it is illness. If it actually offer it for the supreme, where all the gods gave all the shaktis that actually belong to her but did not keep with them. Idam namama, this is not mine. It is actually yours, mother. And therefore, that came out and became, that is Homa, that is Yajna. That's why you say in the Yajna, Idam namama, this is not mine, this is not mine. You gave me this faculty for the sake of coming together and fighting adharma. Now that is protection. So, what is the only purpose of all these faculties? To be in unity together and to be able to fight adharma. That is the only purpose of all these faculties. But yet, what we are thinking? What we are thinking? Oh, this beautiful protection that I have, this weapon, it should protect me. Yes, it should protect you, but it is more powerful if it protects dharma. That is the essence of coming together. Now you see how much of inner meaning. Now this is Vishwarupa Darshanam, as I promised all of you. How after learning all the nyasa and the entire nyasa prakriya and the argala and everything, you will see the Vishwarupam of the mother. We did not see this Vishwarupam the first time we did, because we did not learn all those. Now how important nyasa is. How important all those ekada sannyasa, the purvanga, everything is so critical to be able to unravel this wisdom. You are becoming the Devi. Similarly, the mahanyasa is done so that you become the Rudra. Na Rudro, Rudra Marchayet. Without becoming Rudra, you cannot even comprehend who Rudra is. How do you become Rudra? By action. Now I am taking mahanyasam. No, mahanyasam class. It's not mahanyasam, it's Devi Mahatyam. But it's one and the same, no? Shiva is both the same only. Now, any other? That's a very beautiful question. Protection from what? Protection of what? Protection of dharma. Paritrana. Now, relating to Gita, because today is Gita Jayanti. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam dharma samsthapanardhaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So therefore, this divinity that we are looking at, this avatar or divinity, is very clearly saying that the purpose why it comes into existence, devanam karya siddhyartham avirbhavati sa yada paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. Same shloka. There it is sayada, here it is own her statement. See which chapter? The previous chapter. Utpanneti tadaloke. Don't think that Utpanna means that she is coming like ordinary beings in this universe. She is evolving or manifesting only for the sake of the protection of the dharma. And in the context of the protection of the dharma, it is not some one God that emanated and did this. It is the collective unity of the effulgence of every being on this universe that is want to protect this against this Mahishasura, that this beautiful form of the mother evolved. And in the context of it, we offer our own faculties and replicate them to be able to protect dharma. So that's why I was asking Gayatri, protection of what? Protection of what? It is not protection of your individual bodies, minds, and all of that. It is not just that. Automatically, when dharma is protected, all of that is assured. If only your body is protected, then it is only useful for you and you as an insignificant in the context of the universe. But if dharma is protected, the entire cosmos is protected. Therefore, undertake this ability to come together and do great work. Have the resolve to do the great work. Some problems will come and go and all of that stuff, and you should not lose your resolve. You should not lose your resolve to undertake that great work. And how many mental analysis and problems and everything come that you now say that that fellow is an idiot, I don't want to work with them. This fellow is an idiot, I don't want to work with him. This is that, that is that. How many types of excuses that we give and refrain ourselves from doing the work of Bhagavan. Put aside all the divisions that exist in the name of God. Put aside all the divisions that exist in the name of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Don't pay heed to any of that idiotic divisional mentalities. Come together and do the yajna to protect the dharma, which is love all, serve all, help ever, hurt never. This is the dharma. Okay, so far so good. Uh, yes, so far so good. Any question?
Sairam, so that is good, but this water pot the Brahma has given, it is, you said it is to do with conscious, how it is that?
Will when Brahmani comes, I will explain to you. Stay tuned. Each of these weapons also will be used later. Uh, but first, what that is pure conscience within us is the water. And this water, when it is pure and still, will reflect the divinity in perfection. The reflection in perfection. Go back and read, listen to the Rudra Jnana Yajna, where I explained all of this stuff differently. There's a lot of videos. Now I was saying, man, we are bothering people with so many videos. Some people say I try to catch up. Some people are not catching up. They're falling off. Uh, I will catch up later. You will never catch up later. The mind is actually very tricky thing. It will tell you, TK, you can miss this and you will catch up later. And then the next week you miss it. Okay, I have now two things to catch up. The next, the two, it's actually exponentially becomes burdensome to catch up than to be present in the moment and get it. Just think about it, brothers and sisters. Just think about it. The present moment is the most precious moment. There is nothing called I will catch up with my life later. There is no catching up. It's only falling off. Sairam. Next, let's go to the shlokas, which you are all keenly waiting to learn. Huh? Yes. What is the next? Yeah, you can share, Kana, Sairama. Now, this mother then, who is adorned with all these beautiful ornaments and weapons or instruments, then and praised by all these devas, adorned, adored by all these Sammanita Nanada, Sammanita, Sa, that mother, she, having been adored by all these, then she said, Attahasam Muhurmuhu. Okay. Why he's okay. Samanidananadochai sattahasam muhurmuhu. I think I also completed the next one. Tasyanadena ghorena krutsnam apuritam nabaha amayatati mahata pratishabdo mahanabhut. The goddess roared with loud laughter again and again. Muhurmuhu. Tasyanadena ghorena. With that immeasurable, stupendous roar that she created. Apuritam krutsnam, apuritam nabhaha. The entire sky was filled with the sound and it echoed pratishabdo amayatati mahata. It echoed and reverberated. Next. And when that happened, chuchubhusakala lokah samudrascha Kampire Chachala Vasudha Chelus Sakalascha Mahidharaha. All the worlds were frenzied. Chuchubuhu. Samudrascha Cha Kampire. All the oceans started, all the oceans raised like a tsunami. Chachala Vasudha Cheluhu, the earth quaked. Sakalascha Mahidhara, so did all the mountains rocked in the wake of the warrior goddess. Chuchubhus Sakalalokas.
Chukshubhas
Sairama,
sakalaalokas.
Sairama, that Chandrasekhar said he'll chant today, ma. Sairama.
Okay, Uncle.
Yeah.
चुक्षुभुः सकलालोकास् चुक्षुभुः सकलालोकास्
Samudrascha Chakampire.
समुद्राश्च च कम्पिरे समुद्राश्च च कम्पिरे
Chachala Vasudha Chelus.
चचालवसुधा चेलुस् चचालवसुधा चेलुस्
Sakalascha Mahidharaha.
सकलाश्च महीधराः सकलाश्च महीधराः
Chukshubhus Sakalaloka Samudrascha Chakampire Chachala Vasudha Chelus Sakalascha Mahidharaha.
चुक्षुभुः सकलालोकाः समुद्राश्च च कम्पिरे चचालवसुधा चेलुः सकलाश्च महीधराः चुक्षुभुः सकलालोकाः समुद्राश्च च कम्पिरे चचालवसुधा चेलुः सकलाश्च महीधराः.
Nice. By the way, I was just connecting to the sharing in that you all did. Did you all mention the lion? Huh? Was the lion mentioned by Ram? Did you put the lion there?
No, I didn't.
What about Sudhakar? Did you put the lion?
Yeah, I put the lion. I could have called it a lion cradle or lion something. I forget what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the lion is the other homework you have to do. What is the lion? Okay. Jayeti. Jaya iti devah chamuda tamuscha simhavahinim. Tamuchu simhavahinim. That's where I remembered. Did you put the lion? Tushtuvurmunayaschainam bhaktinamratmamurtayaha. This is a total experience of how this incredible thing is, how the Rishi has put it in words, Jaya, Jai. What is this Jai that we say? Jai Bolo Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba Ji ki Jai. 99% won't even say Jai. They cannot say Jai with the Jai is a victory to you, exclaimed the gods in joy. With supreme joy, all this Jayeti Devascha Muda Tam Uchuhu Simhavahini. The Simhavahini is who they looked at and said, victory to you. Tushtuvur Munayaha Cha Enam Bhaktinam Ratmamurtayaha. And the sages, the munis, offered their prayers in ecstatic devotion. And when you actually have such devotion, and in that devotion, automatically the body bends. Bhaktinam Ratmamurtayaha. Jayeti Devascha Muda
Jayeti devascha muda. Jayeti devascha muda.
Tamuchu Simhavahinim.
Tamuchu simhavahinim. Tamuchu simhavahinim.
Tushtuvurmunayaschainam
Tushtuburmunayaschainam. Tushtuburmunayaschainam.
Bhakti Namratmamurtayaha.
Bhakti Namratmamurtayaha. Bhakti Namratmamurtayaha.
Jayeti Devascha Muda Tamuchu Simhavahinim Tushtuvurmunayaschainam Bhakti Namratmamurtayaha.
Jayeti devascha muda tamuchu simhavahinim tushtuburmunayaschainam bhakti namratmamurtayaha. Jayeti devascha muda tamuchu simhavahinim tushtuburmunayaschainam bhakti namratmamurtayaha.
Drushtva samastam sanshubdham Trailokyam Amara Arayaha. Amara Arayaha means the enemies of the Devas. They saw Drushtva Samastam Sanshubdham, everything being in a state of chaos. Sannadhakhila Sainyaste Samuttastu Rudayudhah. Ayudhah Samuttastuhu. They immediately became ready with their entire armies. All the demons shook up, woke up, and then they took their arms ready to fight with her. Drushtva samastam sanshubdham. Sanshubdhan. Yeah. Drushtva samastam sanshubdhan.
Drishtva samastam sanshubdhan. Drishtva samastam sanshubdhan.
Trailokyamamararayaha.
त्रैलोक्यममरारयः त्रैलोक्यममरारयः
सन्नद्धाखिलसैन्यास्ते
सन्नद्धाखिलसैन्यास्ते सन्नद्धाखिलसैन्यास्ते
समुत्तस्थुरुदायुधाः
समुत्तस्थुरुदायुधाः समुत्तस्थुरुदायुधाः
दृष्ट्वा समस्तं संक्षुब्धं त्रैलोक्यममरारयः सन्नद्धाखिलसैन्यास्ते समुत्तस्थुरुदायुधाः
दृष्ट्वा समस्तं संक्षुब्धं त्रैलोक्यममरारयः सन्नद्धाखिलसैन्यास्ते समुत्तस्थुरुदायुधाः दृष्ट्वा समस्तं संक्षुब्धं त्रैलोक्यममरारयः सन्नद्धाखिलसैन्यास्ते समुत्तस्थुरुदायुधाः
आह किम एतद् इति क्रोधाद् आभाष्य महिषासुरः अभ्यधावत तं शब्दम् अशेषैः असुरैर्वृतः ah huh? When you're frustrated, when you're angry, combination of frustration and anger, what do we say? ah what's going on here, huh? ah See how beautiful the rishis articulation of that frustration of Mahishasura, filled with this Mahishasura is now filled with confusion and anger, and out of that confusion and anger comes this shabdam. Ah, what's happening here? Ah, kimetaditi. Krodhada bhashya Mahishasura. Filled with anger, Mahishasura said, Abhyadhavatatam shabdam aseshairasurairvrutaha. As this sound from the Devi and the Asuras, when he was all these joined by all these Asuras that are around him, he said these words. So they also were expressing the um, same anger. Ah kimetaditi krodhad.
आह किमेतदिति क्रोधा आह किमेतदिति क्रोधा
Krodhat, then it becomes abhashya.
आह किमेतदिति क्रोधाद् आह किमेतदिति क्रोधाद्
Abhashya Mahishasuraha.
आभास्य महिषासुरः
Sha.
आभाष्य महिषासुरः आभाष्य महिषासुरः
Why it is Bhashyam and Basya difference will be there. Asya means face. Abhashya means spoke. Abhyadhavatam shabdam
अभ्यदावत तं शब्दम् अभ्यदावत तं शब्दम्
aseshairasurairvritaha.
अशेषैरसुरैर्वृतः अशेषैरसुरैर्वृतः
Ah kimetaditi krodhadabhashya mahishasuraha. अभ्यधावत तं शब्दमशेषैरसुरैर्वृतः.
आह किमेतदिति क्रोधादाभाष्य महिषासुरः अभ्यधावत तं शब्दमशेषैरसुरैर्वृतः आह किमेतदिति क्रोधादाभाष्य महिषासुरः अभ्यधावत तं शब्दमशेषैरसुरैर्वृतः
ॐ यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव नारायण नमोऽस्तु ते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व साईश्वर अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व साईश्वर अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष साईश्वर हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु. Sairam, let's see if there are any questions next 10-15 minutes, and then we'll continue with what happened next with the armies of the mother of the Mahishasura and the mother Devi that is now getting ready to fight with them. Okay, let's see.
Shekharji, I do have a question.
Yes, ma.
So the negative forces that are rallying against the mother who is laughing, so if we connect that to us, it is like if we want to do something good, then our negative vasanas or something can come up and prevent. Is it like that from a negative, I mean from a personal individual, how to relate that?
When somebody insults you, laugh it off. Huh? See how very simple. You asked a very complex question, but the answer is very simple. Can you laugh at all the craziness around you? Laugh not in the context of beckoning them or ridiculing them, but laugh out of your own innate nature. Somebody is like trying to insult you. Just have a smile on your face and giggle. See what happens. Practical application of what the mother did.
They get confused.
Who gets confused?
The person who insulted you. That's what.
No, that is the first part. And the second part, after confusion, what happens?
I think they try to reprocess the situation.
The guy that is crazy around you never reprocesses anything.
Get angry. They get angry.
Yes, they get more angry at you. This is exactly what happened to Buddha. I'll tell a small parable of Buddha here. Buddha went to beg alms, and a person came out with some food. He looked at this Buddha, and here is this young man, so well built, so beautiful, smiling face, radiant. And then he started saying, "Hey, you fool, you are so young, you look so healthy. Why are you begging alms? Can't you go and work somewhere? You guys are spoiling the whole society. You guys are idiots." This and that. He was scolding. Buddha was smiling, giggling. Huh? He was smiling and he was giggling. The guy got even more mad. He said, "Don't you understand what I am saying? Are you deaf? Huh? I'm saying that you are so healthy, you have to go work, not beg alms. And you sannyasis, you are a burden to the society." And then Buddha heard for a few more minutes, still now giggling, smiling. And then he got, "Why are you giggling at me? Is what I am saying funny? Why are you giggling at me?" Then he said, "Sir, You brought out something to give me. If I don't take it, what will you do with it? I'll take it back inside. Then Buddha smiled and said, I am not accepting your abuse. Take it back with you. You understand muhur why she's giggling muhur over and over with all this craziness going around? She didn't fall into that craziness. She looked at this whole thing and she said, she was smiling, she was laughing, she was giggling. Practical application well understood?
Shekharji, I do understand, but I might want to be that way, but there is something that prevents me. So the fight is internal. Like,
Okay. So now you're saying, okay, this is not external. What do I do with this internal thing?
it's internal.
Uh-huh.
Like
Okay.
we might want, I mean, we all know that, when the alarm rings at 4:30 and we want to meditate and all, we must bounce out of bed. But then we keep saying, what is this? We want to stop it and keep.
Kive taditi.
So we keep pressing the snow. So the struggle is internal.
So then you separated, no? Internally, haven't you separated or not separated?
I acknowledge that it is internal.
Uh,
I
yeah.
realize that.
Mhm. So by virtue of the same example you gave, you know the alarm went off, and there is someone in you that said, "Ah, kime taditi shabdam." What is this nonsense sound that is coming? Let me put it off. So then you immediately recognize it that there is some guy that is telling you what is all of this. There is another guy that is saying, "Alarm clock is ringing. You better get up, otherwise don't set up." Why do you set up and don't get up? What happens? So, yes, I agree. This is what we are, as last week also, that I don't know if you were there in that class. How do I immediately access that which is telling you the right thing to do, that which is telling you it's okay, you can sleep 15 more minutes and then get up, world is not going to fall off. Are you crazy? You woke up very late last night watching some movie, you're very tired, you should sleep now 15 minutes more. That guy is telling, this guy is telling, no, it's 5 o'clock, it's nice to get up and do Omkaram and then perhaps do Suprabhatam for Swami, so therefore get up, it's okay, you can sleep. This fight is, that's the fight you are referring to. Yeah. The immediate access to that immediately comes if you now simply say, look, I listen to both of you, take a deep breath, and before you even wake up from the bed, you chant three Gayatri mantra, because Gayatri is asking the question. You chant three Gayatri mantra with your breath. See what happens immediately. The other will be shut down instantaneously. So the trick is in getting access to that divine conscience fill you through this mantra, through this name of God, or simply say Om Sri Sai Ram or chant Sai Gayatri. You will see that the other will shut down and this will wake you up. That is the power of Namasmarana. Yes. Any other questions? Very good, Ma. Thanks for asking these questions. Very practical.
Sai Ram Shekhar Gattu. You talked about 7 bodies of water last time, the ghee, ocean, water, salt water. What are they and how do we apply to our own body?
Okay, Ma. That's, yeah, that's a separate topic. We will take up later. Yes. Now you got curious on where the ghee ocean is. So yeah, I'll elaborate on that some other time. Okay. It's this is not related to the class, so I think That's the reason why I'm not putting you off. Any questions related to what we are studying? Yes.
Sairam,
Yeah.
sorry. It's just I'm confused because sometimes we say Jai, sometimes we say J. What's the proper way to like to pronounce that?
Uh, it is actually Jaya Shabda. So the Ja, when it is said along with the Ya, becomes Jai. Uh, and when you sing, sometimes you say Jaya. It is one and the same, in which the Ya is combined with the J and the Ya is split from the J. That's all. There is no correct or wrong way to, both are correct only. Okay, next.
Sekharji, the the water in the Kamandalu, right, which is given, does that represent anything to do with the power of the mantra japa? Because just a very a loose connection with in TVs, in those divine movies, we have seen those rishis take a handful of water and then they throw a curse on some people, for example. So does that anyway represent the water, represent the power of their the mantra japa repetition?
Yeah, you do Sandhya Vandanam every day?
Yeah, not every day, but I do.
Oh, okay. Some days.
Yes.
What do you do when you do Sandhya Vandanam?
Yeah, I do marjanam.
What is that in English?
Yeah, it's basically throwing water.
Throwing a letter, sprinkling.
Sprinkling. Yeah, sorry.
Sprinkling water.
Yes.
Yes. The apaha there in that case, generally speaking, Swami told me this when we were studying Mantra Pushpam Man this long time ago. And he said the apa shabdam also means love. So water representing there jala, apa. This is a ja for birth, la for laya becomes jala. Ja means born, la means laya, birth and dissolution. Life is only between the ja and the la, nothing else. Ja, you are born. La, you are dissolved. What is water called in Sanskritam? Another word for it?
Yeah, jalam.
Jalam. Yeah, lam. Yeah, jalam. Huh? So that entire life is between la. I never explained this like this, but it just came out today. So the context of this is the presence of yourself between these two of ja and la is represented in that water. And it's a reminder. Sprinkle, you're reminded. Huh? If somebody is fainted, what's the first thing you do? Sprinkle water on the face. Why? Because it wakes up. You're awakening. Therefore, Sandhyavandanam, Apo, Hishta, Mayobhastana, Ujja. By the time you're whole sprinkle, you're fully awake. If you know how to, then the next thing is if you actually go. This is a long standing request from people. I have to teach Sandhyavandanam also now. What we do in Sandhyavandanam, what is the significance of the mantras chanted in Sandhyavandanam, so that you all should start doing, whoever is got the Brahmopadesham formally and whoever got it informally. This is a beautiful prakriya of actually spirituality. Every single mantra is filled with divine consciousness and how you awaken it and how you sustain it. So, this water sprinkling is associated from a practical point of view, awakening, and from a spiritual point of view, that it is love that is sprinkled on you so that you are now purified with the love of God, apaha. From a third point of view, it is also when they pour the water and then they call it a curse, no? Huh? But actually speaking, every curse of a divine person turns into a blessing. If you go back, if you go back, read scriptures, and have you ever wondered, Hare, they cursed like this, but it turned into a blessing? How did it become a blessing? They're actually not cursing, they're actually blessing, and that is love poured in their hand and sprinkled on that. This is the significance of that. Huh? Sprinkle yourself with love every day morning and awaken yourself to the divine consciousness and say that I am the divine. Whatever I have committed, thinking otherwise is what is called as sin. Therefore, may I be purified from every thought that separates me from divine consciousnness. And I do that every time, 3 times a day. Now that you asked the question about that, that is the essence of it. Now, okay, Sairam, I know many people are dropping off. They're bored with this. Okay, okay. Sairam. Uh, okay, ma Sairam. Question? Any other questions?
Sarah brother, so every day we do Diksha mantra, so we have to do with water.
No, ma. Every day you are do apavitra pavitro va sarva avasthangatopya va yasmarait pundari kaksham sa bahyabhyantara shuchihi. There you are sprinkling water. Huh? That is what we're in the Prastavana mantras. That is
Yeah, so
written.
we are doing every
Yeah.
day those days,
Yes. That in
those
itself
things.
is
So
a yeah. That in itself is a purification mantra with the name of God. Apavitraha, pavitrova. Those that are impure are becoming pure. Sarva avastha angatopiva. In whatever state of being their organs are. Sarva, all. Avastha means states of presence. Anga means limbs are present. Topiva. Sarva avastha anga topiva. Now I'm splitting the word so that you understand what you are chanting. Yasmaret Pundarikaksham. When the moment they say Pundarikaksha, sa bahyabhyantara shuchihi, they will be purified inside and out. And there you say Pundarikaksha, Pundarikaksha. If you don't know Sandhya Vandanam and all these prakriyas, which many people won't know, at least chanting that mantra before you begin the puja will purify you. Then why do you sound the bell? Sound the bell is to awaken this presence again, Shabdam. Huh? How you are awakened? Throwing water. How you are awakened? Alarm bell. Therefore, Ganta. They didn't have alarm bells. Early morning, 4 o'clock, if your grandfather is doing puja, that's alarm bell. So all these things are therefore we don't connect to all of them. There it is a nuisance. Arey, what yaar, 5 o'clock in the morning, this guy is ringing bell and chanting and all this incense creating. Then how do you awaken? When you smell, therefore dhupam. How do you awaken? When you see light, therefore deepam. How do you awaken? When you eat, therefore naivedyam. Have you ever thought about that? How practical that is in awakening ourselves? Yes, Sairam. Yes, thank you. Any other questions? Otherwise, we'll close. Last call.
Namaste. I have a question. I do
Sai.
my Sandhya Vandanam practice and it takes me so much time. It takes me an hour or more, and I just can't do 3 of them a day. So I try to do one a day. And I guess my question is, am I to do that before I sit in my quiet meditation? Like I really need I think I get up in the middle of the dark and I start my Sandhya Vandanam. And and is there a shorter version? Am I doing it wrong? Am I too slow? Or why is it taking me an hour to an hour and 15 minutes every single day to do just the
I'll.
sprinkling of the water and
Oh, wow. Thank you. Are you doing 108 Gayatri as part of that?
yes.
Okay. So, the 108 Gayatri is 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 actually prescribed or optimal, but some people reduce that to 24 and do it 3 times so that you do short spans 3 times a day. Okay. And so, do I need to do separate meditation apart from Sandhya Vandanam? Answer is for every question, the answer is yes, the answer is no. Okay, the answer is yes, because Gayatri mantra in itself is such a powerful mantra. The answer is no, you don't need to do any other meditation because Gayatri is the supreme mantra. You don't need to do any other quote unquote. What do you do during meditation? Once you chant Gayatri, the rest of the day is meditation.
Thank you.
If you caught what I said, right? The moment you do 108 Gayatri, the mind is in such a state, your intellect is in such a state, the rest of the day is meditation. What is meditation is the question. Meditation is not sitting, closing your eyes, and doing all of that stuff. Meditation is complete presence in everything you do with eyes open and eyes closed. If you actually look at the meaning of what dhyana is, the other thing is called concentration. What we think actually as meditation is mostly concentration because you're concentrating on something. Yes, yes. Wonderful that you do Sandhya Vandanam. Awesome. Yes. Now, a
Sairam,
lot of
so
you must have triggered questions in a lot of my brothers and sisters, and I'm sure they will get their own answers in their time because they're all still thinking that this Sandhya Vandanam Prakriya is only for a privileged few who are Brahmins and who got initiated. But all those people that don't do that karma are not called Brahmins. 100%. Those that do are Brahmins. By karma, you become a Brahmin, not by Janma, not by your birth. You get the Brahminism. It's only by action. So that's the next thing. Okay. Yes, sir. Sairam.
Sairam, so I just heard somewhere where my Swami confirmed one of the devotee when he was not able to do Sandhyavanam, but when we are bathing, we do Gayatri. So the whole time we are bathing, like then you do
Mama,
Gayatri.
Sairam. Here is the problem, right? Swami might have told a person about that based on their own life, their own karma, their own, only God knows why he told him that. We cannot take that and generally apply it to everybody else. Then what happens is 99% of these so-called Brahmins, they will stop doing Sandhya Vandanam and they will chant Gayatri Mantra during their bath. Gayatri can be chanted anytime, anywhere, in any state. That is what Bhagavan said because it really focuses the intellect. Sarvada, Sarvakaleshu, Sarvatra. Anytime, anybody, any point of view, internally you can do the japa of Gayatri. But Sandhya Vandanam is a prakriya, it is a protocol. And that protocol is followed with specific mantras and specific protocol. I am 100% sure what Swami told to that person may be applicable. I don't know who that person is. If he is some divine rishi reborn to clear his karma, where he doesn't have any impurities, Bhagavan might have told him, hey, for you, this is enough. Like if you go to a doctor and you have severe migraine, then doctor will give you some kind of a drug only applicable to you. And for general headache, he will give Tylenol. So let's not apply what Swami says to one person as applicable to all. It is specific. Guru's instructions are specific to specific people based on their birth, based on their karma, based on their state of consciousness, etc. They cannot be generalized. Okay? That is, I just want to make that appeal to all of you. Okay. So Madhuri, keep doing Sandhya Vandanam. Wonderful. Jai Sai Ram. Yes. Next.
Madam brother, I have question. You said that
Oh, yeah.
five Gyanendriya, five Karmendriya,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
five prana. What are those five
Yeah.
pranas?
Sorry, Amma, I just saw your question. I missed it. Apologies. So the five pranas are prana, apana, vyana, Udana, Samana. Those are the 5 life forces, as they call it. Prana, these are not, some of them are scientifically translated. Prana, generally translated as oxygen. Apana, that which is left, is related to carbon dioxide. That which actually fills your blood as bicarbonate is Samana. Prana, apana, samayuktam, pachamyannam, chaturvidam. It is 100% scientific. Doctors still have not explained why there are 5 life forces within us, and these life forces are moving within us. Certain part of the prana moves downward, certain moves upward, certain equally distributed, certain concentrated in some places. So these are the 5 pranas that are referred to in Sanskrit. Okay, those are called pancha pranas. Prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana. 5. Okay, and that's what we offer during offering the food during Naivedyam. Why do you chant prana is swaha, apana is swaha, vyana is swaha? Is because the food that is partaken will be converted into this pranic force or the life force that will be distributed in these 5 different ways, and therefore it is referred to as pancha prana. So therefore, partaking this food is like doing a yajna, where you have to actually do it even when you partake food. That's how you do it. Okay. So this, because the energy distribution as pranic force is 5-fold. Similarly, 5 ways the energy functions as perception, which is Shabda, hearing, Sparsha, feeling, Rupa, seeing, Rasa, tasting, Gandha, smelling. 5 of perception and 5 of action. Action being walk, speech, Pani, hands, Pada, the feet, Payu, Upastha, the 2 excretory organs. These are 5 organs of action, 5 organs of perception, and 5 life forces became 15, operating along with the mind, intellect, and memory. That's the 18, and the 18 representing the 18 weapons are the hands in the hands of the mother. Mind blowing, huh, Robert? Now we this connectivity of chanting Devi Mahatyam, I urge you, I mean, some of you who are listening here, just go back and read the slokas, contemplating on what we are talking about. Your experience of the chanting the shloka, even if you don't know how to pronounce perfectly, would be phenomenal, because you will be really connecting to what you are actually chanting. Otherwise, it is simply chanting. I call it in chumma chanting. Okay, next. Done? Okay. Om स्वस्तिः प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेण मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की
Jai.
Jai.
A more number of people said Jai. Thank you.